I'm Jerry the Grey Vapor. Welcome to my first mixing video. I've been into DIY liquid mixing for a little while, but not very long. I'm pretty much a beginner, so I'm hoping we can learn together. I'm going to start with simple recipes, maybe 2 or 3 ingredients at max, and we'll go from there. As I progress, I hope you do too. One of the first things that I learned to do was use the empty bottles that were stored, which I bought commercially liquid in. They're perfect for using for storage and using again. So I get something like this, and then once it's empty, wash it out. You can eat that threw me at first. Was the unicorn part of the bottle. I couldn't work out how it come off, and in the end you just flip your thumbnail underneath and it pops off. So keep all your empty bottles because they will come in useful. And in the coming mixes I'm going to test a theory. I think, because I've made quite a bit of liquid lately, and it's got no flavour, and I think it's because of the percentages I'm using. So from this video, I'm going to use it that we mix to a combined recipe of 15%. So all the ingredients, all the flavours, make up 15% of the mix, and then we'll go from there. I use Planet of the Vapes to store my e-liquid recipes. Find it perfect. And the other good thing is, if you store the recipes, each time you make it, you can do more or less whatever's required, and you've got a record of it. This is the jug I used for mixing. It's 100 millilitres capacity. I find it perfect. I don't use the measures on the side, but more about that in a minute. And this tiny little funnel I use to fill up the liquid bottles, find it perfect. Anything that saves mess, because I'm a messy bugger. And then I've got this miniature mixer. I bought it on Amazon for $11 or €11. It's perfect. It saves all that shaking that you have to do if you haven't got one of these. But that's really cool. The only other thing is the scales I use. You need a precision scales, and it's got to go to 0.01 of a gram. So this one goes, I've got to change actually, because it goes to 0.05, but for now I can get by. But you will need one. I think it's just so much easier than trying to measure it out with syringes. It's just to do it by weight. Okay, it's time to start my first recipe. And for the first one, I'm going to do fudge brownie with vanilla bean ice cream, both from Flavour Apprentice. On my next video, I'll show you the mixing process, and then on a third and final video, after it's steeped for 10 days, we'll have a taste test and see how good or bad it is, and if it needs anything more or anything less. Okay, this will be fun.